Mayo experience.
Mayo experience. Mayo experience. Mayo experience. Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience, presented by Underdog Fantasy, live from the Stadium Swim at the Circa Hotel. We are in the cabana because it is like, Jeff, I don't know anything about Fahrenheit, but I want to say it's like, 85 degrees out. It's nice, but too bright to shoot, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a hot one, and I'm a polar bear. I'm in my swim trunks. Maybe I'll get wet after the show.
Wetter than Wyndham Clark on 15?
Just about. Wyndham's it's a lot darker there than it looks to me. The only person upset about this, that they were able to get so much daylight, is probably Tim Anderson. But yeah, Wyndham, I don't know, Buddy's unhinged.
Well, let's give some credit where credit is due. There is an insane person, at least that's his moniker until we do the Custies this year. Thank you all for voting in this. But Tim tipped on Monday's show, Bryson first round leader.
Hey, gotta get. He's
the one guy who doesn't bet on any of this stuff is winning, so no one wins. Hopefully people follow Tim. His picks are looking good. Bryson's in first. Harmon's 2 under, and Neiman's 2 under. And Neiman couldn't make a putt today.
Yeah, and who were his fades again? Rory was a fade.
Yeah, Rory's playing all right, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's, 2 under?
1 under. He finished at 1 under.
Who else did he fade?
Thigala, who's 1 over right now, has not made a birdie yet. So that's not great. Not great news for that bet. I can't remember the other one.
I'm sure they're playing great. I have no idea. Tim,
Tim's on fire right now.
Tim is he's good at majors, it seems. So listen to Tim.
Bryson. I did not think he would play well at this Masters. I didn't say he'd miss the cut, but it's one day, right? And you had, from what I heard from Paul and Cody when you were up in their room, when I was at the gym and came back up, you basically said it's over. Scottie's just going to win it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I always fall into these traps, but it feels like we're going to get 4 days of at least B- golf from Scheffler, and I don't know where he gives it back. I mean, even when you think he's going to give it back, he holds out in a bunker. I don't know what to do with this guy.
Yeah, he has the perfect combination of all the things that we like about Tee to Green guys and magic beans to go along with it.
Yeah, no, he's just incredible. Part of me does think that it is over. Truth be told.
What do you think Bryson's chances now are of winning?
Quite high.
Like how high?
What is he, 5 or 6 to 1? I don't know. He is. Listen, when Bryson is in a zone and he's playing like ceiling Bryson golf, he could be as good as anyone on planet Earth. You're probably way more surprised that he was able to captivate it than I was, but I'm not invested there. I think it could play for a really fun weekend. Like Bryson versus Scottie, both playing well, would be great. We're far away from that, I know, but at this point, anyone who can hold up with Scottie, we need.
So we just saw Tiger, Homa, and Day get through 13, and they called it quits. Tiger's playing okay.
Tiger is playing okay. He looked great.
But now he has 23 holes tomorrow.
23 holes tomorrow, a later finish than he wanted, an earlier start, and you know how much he's about, getting, his body's going to have to get worked on clearly, but he looked lovely. I think it was the first time we ever seen him in that new brand, so that was kind of weird, just for the purposes of the eye, that logo, I don't know.
Yeah, he had a nice save on 12, too, from the Garden.
Yeah, had a couple lovely moments today, clearly. But just want to go back to Scheffler for a moment, Pat. He will not lose. Someone's going to have to go McCarthy and take it. But Scheffler's not going to create this situation.
Okay, this was the exact same situation we were just in Houston 2 weeks ago, where Scheffler was 1 off the lead after the first round, and he didn't get there. He eventually started playing a little bit more poorly.
Yeah, you're always going to keep me in check with my, I think it's over because the number one...
Listen, if you were to look at the live odds right now, it's going to tell you Scheffler. If you looked at the probabilities, it's going to tell you Scheffler. The number one player in the world playing how he's playing. one shot off the lead after the first round with a lot of the big names like, my Hideki bet doesn't look so great when you lose 4 strokes putting in one round. You're not going to be very good.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of great players at 1 under, at 2 under that can go out tomorrow and shoot that 67, 66. Scheffler shoots even par, and a couple great players can get right back in it. I don't know if the weather's going to dictate that. It seems like there was a nice zone today before the wind really picked up where the course was really scoreable, but for the most part the course seemed pretty scoreable all day.
Yeah, I think it's because it ended up being a lot softer than they would have guessed, because the wind was pretty consistent throughout the course of the day. Guys were making putts, guys were able to fire at pins unless you're 17 and 18, and then that didn't really work out so well. Although Bryson birdied 17, I think, which is a huge steal on the field.
A huge steal, and even get it, like, a couple guys got one, not many, including our boy Danny. But yeah, Bryson, when I don't know.
Do you think he's going to win?
Bryson or Scottie?
Wait, what do you think? Bryson's 7 under right now after one round. What do you think he finishes at? Does he get to 13? Is this the best he does?
Yeah, this is probably the best individual round that he.
No, but like I'm saying, he's at 7 under right now. We might see him like tomorrow. We might see him after 2 and 3. He might be at like 10 under. Do you think like that's the max, or do you think like this is it for him? Because this would be big, and I'm kind of excited because I do like Bryson. Like regardless of how I picked, you got to make picks. But I would like to see him. I would rather see Bryson win than Scheffler win.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know, those are some thick shoulders. Like that's some extra tailoring. I think he's going to continue to play well. Clearly we see week in, week out guys who start well don't necessarily finish well. But if he is in like a happy place and he's feeling good about his game, he's a super tough competitor. Like I think he's playing well. I think he's going to hang on for a couple days.
Okay, man, I would like to see it. So tomorrow, like I said, Tiger is going to end up having 23 holes to play. Yeah, 23, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, 23. So Homa Day. Day's outfits are ridiculous, by the way. Those pants are ludicrous.
I don't know. It didn't look horrible. I feel like he's been worn crazier shit this year.
Maybe. It's just he looks like MC Hammer's backup dancer.
The craziest, I don't know.
Was Sergio your favorite outfit?
I don't know. It was my favorite. I didn't hate it.
I liked it. He should have had red somewhere on him. If you're going to go like full Masters, or he looked like he was Casey Martin, coach of the Oregon Ducks.
Yeah, he really...
Except he didn't have to drive a cart around against it.
He really embraced it. Like, he embraced, the color scheme. I like it. He's probably going to have other fun stuff this week as well.
Sergio got wet on 11. That was no fun. I was watching that one.
But it'll be interesting to see because there's a handful of players with good scores, under par, 2 under, all the way through 5 under on the course, who still have those holes to play tomorrow. I was just staring down Ludwig's scorecard, Pat. He is through 12, I believe. He has no bogeys. He's just birdied the par 5s. So he's kind of like just doing exactly what, like, when the good players think about how I need to attack this place, it's just play clean, safe, make a bit of hay on the par 5s. I can be in this thing.
Yeah, like if everyone said like, hey, I'm just going to birdie all the par 5s all week and play clean, you end up at 16 under. You probably win.
Yeah. Playing clean is quite hard, and he's got to start with a tough morning. But there's other guys. There's other guys as well. I think Spieth and Hideki are. Oh, Hideki might be in a class by himself right now.
Yeah,
of like good players.
He's at 4. Spieth rallied back to 2 over, and he's still on the course. So, would you want to be someone like if you're at 2 over? Would you want to be done with your first round or still have holes to play here? I think you'd want to be done.
It's looking that scary tomorrow?
Well, just 17 and 18 are playing so hard.
Yeah, but they might play easier if it's docile, like first thing in the morning. Because those guys will be out early. Lucky for the Friday patrons, they probably get a bit of an early entrant.
Actually, no, because Spieth's only through 11. So he has 12, 13, 14, and 15. So he can rally back to...
Oh, Spieth's through 11. So Ludwig's only through 11. I said 12. Okay, so a lot of holes. Shoot, a lot of holes. But the par 5s...
So we have the two-man race at the top, and then you got Højgaard, who's still on the course, who legit can't make a putt, yet is just sticking everything. This is what I saw last week from him, when I kept betting on him, and I bet him last week. I got so frustrated by his chipping and putting that I was like, nah, no chance, and now here he is.
Yeah, I'm always afraid of him, but I didn't care for him after the shady play. But he's the sort of profile that I am certainly into. I even see, even Fleetwood's still out there at 2 under.
Yeah, he was at 3. He just dropped back, and he has the entire back 9 to go. But he's on 11. So he's got a bunch of holes. Do you think they get it all in tomorrow? I would say that they do.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad enough, and it looks like they can get off early enough.
But here's the thing. The weather looks like worse wind-wise tomorrow than it did today. And it's not going to be as wet tomorrow, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but if it's windy and it firms up and you can't stick anything, it's going to be like all short game. Unless you're Scheffler, just going to put it to 8 feet every time.
All right. Oh, Patrick Reed's got, I think, 6 or 7 holes left, and he's 2 under.
He is. He's like my best guy right now. Because I didn't have Willett. First time playing since shoulder surgery. 4 under at the Masters.
Incredible. I saw a few people tweet it that he was supposed to be out a full calendar year with his surgery, is actually back in 6 months. In some weird way, Bryson shot 7 under. Other guys are going to go on to have amazing rounds and win this thing. But that Willett score from today will be absolute, circumstances, one of the absolute rounds of the tournament, of the full tournament. A lot of people will forget it by Sunday. I will not.
It's always funny watching the beginning of the coverage because there's certain guys that you like. I would recommend betting on someone who's in the first 3 groups out in the morning on Thursday. I got a lot of Taylor Moore coverage. Like when coverage first started, I got to see every Taylor Moore shot. He played all right.
Yeah, he played fine. 1 under finish, held his own first time out. Sorry, not because he won the right before last time. I was running an Eckroat thought into my head.
Eckroat was the yo-yo man today. He was 3 over, then he was 2 under, then he finished at 2 over, I think.
Incredible. You were telling me before we went on air that you really enjoyed the Wyndham Clark.
Yeah, well, I just enjoy any sort of spiciness. So what was the quote? It was some shot at live guys.
It was, because he's back of the leaders, and it was a shot essentially saying they only play 54 holes. I've got 54 holes left to make up the gap, to paraphrase.
I think sometimes when you read these things, I didn't see the clip, obviously. I just saw it on Twitter. I think if you hear him say it, and I don't know this for sure, that maybe he's joking about it, because that could be funny if you're at a press conference, right?
You're absolutely right. And with context and nuance, you could probably tell if he's saying that tongue in cheek to a certain extent. I don't know. He doesn't strike me as a jokester, though.
I don't know.
We'll see. You're right, though. I don't want to go too hard on making fun of it and then to find out he clearly was giggling through the quote.
The 2 safest guys outside of Scheffler that everyone thought this week, Hideki and Xander, they both suck. But the one thing to look at it right now, and obviously the first round isn't complete, that unless you are Peter Malnati, Jasper Stubbs, Fred Couples, Maronk, Ryu, Jose Maria Olazabal, you can make the cut here. Because everyone else is at +5 or +4 or better. Nick Taylor's a +5.
Who's low senior right now?
Phil, probably. Or Phil's tied with Weir. Weir had an all-time tee to green day, by the way, and just couldn't make a putt, which is crazy to think about.
Crazy. I don't... what do you think the leading score is at the end, assuming they finish tomorrow, the full second round?
10.
Yeah.
I think 10's a good score. One of Scheffler or Bryson will likely be 10, and then you have the rest of your movers, unless it plays so incredibly difficult that they all kind of come back, and then the lead's -8. Because we've seen that a bunch. Even when you... Historically at the Masters, when you look at scoring, it's usually easy. It's usually harder before the cut, then gets easier on the weekend. So I'd guess that the Friday pins are probably going to be the toughest. And then if you include consistent 20-mile-per-hour winds with gusts up to 35, firmer conditions than we saw today, and guys playing up to 27 holes, it might be tough out there for some guys.
Yes, but I think sometimes that they will take that forecast into account with the pin placements.
Yeah, but I don't think they love seeing guys at -7 and -6. Do you?
No, but they do also respect. They do enjoy like when the best player in the world plays like it on their golf course.
Well, they got the best player in the world and one of the most talked about players on the world at the very top of their leaderboard. So it's good for business, if nothing else.
Yeah, and like you said, there's a great collection of players, four or five back. You expect a handful of them to make some sort of move.
Are you surprised at how well Homa's playing?
Yes.
Me too.
I am.
Did you see what Cust was doing in our DMs today and on Twitter? Because he knew he had the Bryson first round. Like, that's what he had tipped to people. So that every time someone else got into first place, he tweeted out like, "Oh, I could see this guy leading it then." It was like Ryan Fox and EVR and that South African dude who's 10 feet tall.
Oh, Lampard.
Yeah, like he was up there for a while until he made a triple bogey. Bogeys were aplenty, though.
Yeah, and there were a lot of moments where I saw a lot of world-class players making these horrible chips.
A lot of it came on the second part of number 4. I saw Siwoo do it, I saw Grayson Murray do it, that if you went over that green, and even a lot of the players, because it was tucked in the back right, that if you went way left on the green, everyone was just reading it short. Like it was slower than they thought, and then they just end up curving way down below the hole. Most of them ended up making that putt, but everyone that flew the green ended up on like the collar or just slightly into the rough a little bit into the first cut. Siwoo just like tried to flop it on and get it to roll down like it normally would. It just stopped. Yeah, Bryson did exactly the same thing.
Too,
Rom did it, yeah.
I saw, obviously I just remember when my guys missed a lot of shorties, but yeah, felt like even coming home, like Fitzpatrick, Zalatoris, Hovland, lots of bogeys, and some of them were makeable. Par putts, but seemed like you said 17 and 18 seemed to get a lot of guys today.
Who do you think the two best players currently are on the leaderboard who have gained the most strokes tee to green outside the top 10? Because 1, 2, 3 is Scheffler, Højgaard, Bryson, 1, 2, 3, and then T17 for 2 of them.
Is Corey Connors in that group?
No. Connors is like 20th tee to green, and he's inside the top 10 right now.
Oh, okay. Outside the top.
Cantlay led all players in approach today and couldn't make a putt. Although he did putt one from the collar on 12 and made it, so that doesn't count.
And he did hole out for eagle from the fairway.
That would help too. And then Finau is the other one who's in at 1 under. Lost 2 strokes putting.
I always expect better. I've convinced myself because of one 6th place finish 5 years ago that he feels comfortable on these greens. One 6th place finish in 2019.
Mike Weir gained 3 strokes tee to green today. That was good for 10th in the field. He's T54 because he lost almost 4 strokes putting. And one of his approach shots was so horrible he tried to take people out in the grandstands earlier today. Other guys who are up there right now, tee to green, Reed. Cam Young is playing great tee to green, can't make a putt. That's kind of the story of his life. But he's on 15 right now. He'll get to play 15 tomorrow. So as long as he doesn't do the Wyndham Clark double bogeyed it, Chris Kirk double bogeyed it, I think Lamprecht ended up triple bogeying it. Just like, don't hit a spinner shot with your wedge short. Like if you go over the green, you go over the green, whatever. You can't spin it back into the water.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick even made bogey from behind the green today on that hole.
And a bunch of guys who missed, right? Like Bryson's shot on 15, I think was the shot of the day.
Unbelievable.
And he was fired. It was just the big high fives walking out.
Oh. You feel bad for Bubba that he's going to be heckled the rest of his career, that his daughter should putt?
Maybe they're right. Can we get Shane Lowry a designated putter? Because dude can't putt. At all.
Hatton played fun and
Hatton's
right?
still playing, yeah.
He held out from the fairway as well this afternoon.
Yeah, Hatton is pulling the old don't bet on me. Juice his number up. Probably went and bet on himself. He needs more money than live money. He needs outright Masters win money.
I didn't mind that. DJ a little bit sloppy. I'm seeing that Ryan Fox shot on.
That was
for
that.
the
Honest to
first
God,
time.
happened 3 minutes after Cuss was like, "I think Ryan Fox is going to be first round leader." He's harnessing the power. You want to answer some questions?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Well, if people,
Hard rule right now, questions only.
yeah, if you have questions in the chat right now, you're done talking to Paul. You can talk to Geoff and I about this stuff, and we'll see what's going on. I'll ask you one. Is there anyone you'd want to live bet right now to win?
I haven't looked at the odds.
They're not up there till the.
Yeah, who at 2 under do I think could still be on that? Like, can go Denny McCarthy. So a lot of really talented players there. With Scheffler, there's probably some ballooned, some absolutely ballooned numbers. But no, like, reinvesting in the outright market, honestly, I don't know that that's something like I really want to do. A smart person could easily convince me to do something, but I don't trust myself.
No, but it's just people saying like want Paul to meet up with them. They want to bone Paul. You got many options. Most are men. Okay, do you think Hovland 50 or Rom 65 is worth a look? I would say Rom 65 probably.
Yeah,
is.
probably Rom 65. Hovland, like, I have enough on Hovland. 50 isn't enough for me to want to do more. He would fit the criteria of a guy like that could go nuclear while the rest of the field is struggling. Like, I would trust that maybe that's in him. We've seen him go bananas in tournaments that he's feel like he's out of before with a hyper low round. So that would, like, it would be that type of player. There might be other guys with that who I believe could do that, but he's obviously my favorite.
Do you see much of an advantage for the morning wave tomorrow? Not really, because it's still going to be it's slightly less windy in the morning, but it's super cold in the morning, and then those guys all have to, like, they have to finish their first rounds and then get back out there. So they're not really getting any good part of it. I think the AMs may have got the best of this.
It seems like they did, but was Scheffler, like,
AM.
technically AM?
Yep.
Because there is no they don't take a break, though. So when do you stop considering AM?
Yeah, he was more towards the middle, obviously, but he
Yeah.
was still like in the earlier half of the wave.
Yeah. I think he might have caught the actual, like, some of the best wave that was out there today.
If your outright is not looking good right now, like I assume most of us, what is your strategy to maybe heal some of your wounds? I would say go to Underdog Fantasy, use code Mayo, deposit $100, and then they'll give you $100, so you're already a winner if you go do that. That's an easy game, and maybe there are, I mean, I'd be following Kenny on this one because I can't play Underdog from here, but I'll go look at the lines, and the Fantasy National Simulator is still working for the pick'em games, that maybe that's the way that you'd want to play it right now, like target some matchups, target some guys that you think are either going to do really well or do very poorly, and just try to get your money back that way, because, like I said, Rom 65 is intriguing, Hatton maybe, but with Scheffler up there, it's either great for everyone because he's going to drop everyone's odds. They just have to pray he has a bad day, but then you have to also pray Bryson has a bad day too.
Yeah, I'm sure the books love this in the sense that they can post really inflated numbers because Scheffler's at the top, and he can just siphon it. I don't know, like, the question, like, who, like, if the person who asked the question is a regular weekly golf bettor. Part of me says just wait for the Heritage next week instead of trying to chase it. When I do chase, it might be on Sunday.
Yeah.
Like a more finite who can actually win. I don't need 65 to 1 if I'm just trying to get my money back. And then I also get, like, the sweat for the enjoyable end of that bet could end early on Sunday. But yeah, if I'm trying to recoup my money, I'm just waiting for Sunday, assuming Scottie's not minus 400.
I mean, Rory's 1 under. Rory actually would be a guy I took a shot on. Because, I mean, this is usually his crippling round. Round 1.
Yeah, he's 1 under. He still has golf. He was out there with... No, he was with Scheffler. He's done. Sorry. Yeah, he was with Scheffler and Schauffele.
Do you think Tiger can finish top 10?
No, but I think he'll play...
I think that he can if he can make it through tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be the test for him. Yeah, can his body hold up after playing today and then playing extended golf tomorrow?
in cold conditions.
I mean, colder conditions.
Colder.
What's 54 degrees Fahrenheit? Like 11 degrees? Like, it's not that bad. Put on a long sleeve, you'll be good to go. We got any more questions? Let's see. Do you think Hideki is a good bounce back play for round 2 showdown? I mean, yes, because he can't possibly putt worse, but it's not like he lost strokes on approach too. So maybe it was just a bad day for Hideki, and if he rebounds to what his baseline has been for the entire season, then yeah, he probably is. But I think a lot of people will go to him that way.
Hideki is such an interesting cat. Like, if you look at the numbers on the outright tournaments he's won, it's usually when he's, right? It seems like it's when he's kind of been pushed. Outside of his one Phoenix win, but the fact that he was favored for a decade in Phoenix and only won once, I think
Twice. He won back-to-back years.
Take it back. But
and he won as the 12-1 at Sony.
Oh yeah, when he chased down Henley.
Yeah. So he has 70-1 earlier this year at Riv, 50-1 at the Masters, and I think he was the favorite when he won the Zozo.
And what were his odds when he won the Players? But yeah, I don't know. He's an enigma.
Yeah, Willie Z at 33. I mean, I already have him at 41, so I wouldn't reinvest in that. But yeah,
he looked very comfortable today. Obviously, 17 and 18 were at its toughest, it feels like, when my guys were coming through.
This guy asked, who's our favorite even or +1 guy who can win right now? I mean, history would dictate that those guys aren't going to win. Just straight up.
Yeah, there's strong historical Masters trends that show
you need to be inside the top 20, basically?
It was actually the top 11, but you'd give leeway for some really good players.
And we don't have the day done yet.
Plus,
but even if you give leeway, it's not like those good players who were outside the top 11 in previous years were able to storm back and win.
Yeah. I don't, +1 is too deep for me.
We just need Bhatia to get inside the top. I think Thigala could rally tomorrow because he's not done with his day. I need him to rally. But no birdies? That seems shocking, doesn't it? One bogey, all pars.
All pars. Yeah, quite shocking. I mean, you expect the bogeys, but you expect the party as well.
Yeah, I thought that was strange. And he's playing with Spieth, too. So maybe they can capture lightning in a bottle a little bit tomorrow. Anyway, I thoroughly enjoyed day 1 of the match. It worked out well for us because I'm still adapting to Pacific time. So it not starting at 4 a.m. was very helpful for me.
Yep.
That we got to watch everything at a normal time. But I thought the golf was great today.
Yeah, I would say that there were some hiccups with the app, but the expectations are so freaking high that it just was a bit of a letdown. And it's so funny because they really have perfected, I don't want to say perfected, but they've done social so well. They're even on apps. They're on platforms I'm not even on.
Like Cinnamon? Like Live?
I don't know.
Where 3 billion people watch Live a week on the Cinnamon app?
I just, even the most monotonous, nuanced stuff they're posting content for, and I think it's fantastic.
So, someone just asked, it is a decent question here. Would you hedge against a Bryson 38-1 first round leader on Homa right now? I wouldn't. Because if you hedge and Homa gets it, then your hedge is chopped anyway. You know what I mean? I would just ride it.
What hole is Homa on? He's on the Tiger hole.
Yeah, he just finished 13th.
So he's already knocked a par 5 off.
Yeah, so he has...
I wouldn't.
Hedging is for gardeners and cowards.
Gardeners and cowards, hedging is for, according to Paul. I wouldn't in this.
He's not going 4 under. So maybe if he plays really well, you'll chop it. He's 4 under right now.
Yeah, I mean, your hedge is the chop, basically.
Yeah, no. You just accept your chop if Homa gets you in.
Yeah, you start the week off with a great 19-1 winner if that happens. And like we said, 17 and 18 have been playing the hardest holes. It's not impossible.
Could Højgaard chop it too, right? He's 5 under with 3 to play on hard holes.
Yeah, it's unlikely that he would do it. Brooks doing it even through 12. 2 par 5s coming up. Yeah, that's...
Don't mind that. Don't mind that. I'm sure that a lot of our friends are blindly that would be the bigger one to chase.
Ben Ann was making birdies all day. If he can keep that going and eliminate some of the bogeys, he could get up in the mix. He then has to eliminate the bogeys. I think that's the big problem here with Ben Ann. Would you expect him to eliminate the bogeys? I
Even
wouldn't.
if he eliminated the bogeys, when he would be in the mix, he would have no fucking chance.
Like Denny last week. The moment he had the chance, it was over.
I kind of like mean that in the most polite way because I do like him.
We're the replay's on right now. You can watch Hovland get to 4 under.
Yeah, I can watch Hovland get hot. He gave it back. He struggled. He struggled coming home. He made a double on 10, so we'll maybe get to watch that soon.
Fleetwood could catch Bryson. There's a guys on the course that could catch Bryson, but it's unlikely that any of them catch Bryson.
Yeah, Fleetwood could shoot 5 under in 8 holes.
Sure.
Like, okay. I wouldn't hedge against, like, my Bryson bet on that chance.
I wouldn't.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't dip into my Bryson profit.
Yeah, well, you're trying to win here. It would have been like hedging Akshay last week, which none of us did, I don't think.
No, it'd be way crazier.
Yeah, it would be way crazy.
It actually would be way
It would have been
crazier.
like hedging against Bhatia last week when Denny was on 11 at like 100 to 1. You're like, well, just in case he birdies out.
The highest I saw that was 80 when I was running an errand.
All right. I think that's it for day 1. Cody and Paul are going to go live either, tomorrow. Probably tomorrow afternoon Pacific time. A little bit earlier than this with UFC best bets for UFC 300 live from Vegas. So tune in to Mayo Media Network and the Dogger Pass podcast for that special show coming for everyone. Fun first day?
Great first
I'm
day.
feeling better than I did last night after being 8 hours in a plane.
Yeah, at 5:30 yesterday, I was dead. I was zonked, and I'm a fragile travel day guy anyway. But I slept great and had a great day. And even if my bets suck, I don't know. I still enjoyed watching the Masters.
My bets suck, and I'm still having a good time. So I hope you are too. Smash the like while you are here. Hopefully my voice is in a little bit better condition by tomorrow. Sub to the channel, sub to the audio podcast. And I forgot to give away the winners on last night's show of the $250 giveaway. And I forgot to do it just now, too, because I still haven't done the draw. So we'll do that. I don't know if cut sweat tomorrow if there is a cut sweat.
I think there will be.
Maybe I'll just give it away on Monday. Make it easy on myself.
How long?
I keep forgetting.
They need an hour and a half?
Yeah, ish.
They'll be right up against it.
Joe got delayed coming in. He was supposed to be here, but there were tornadoes in Florida, so he could not take off. So he should be here with us tomorrow for Cut Sweat Live, and I hope you can tune into that and tune into the Best Bet Show for UFC as well. For Geoff, for Pat, for Cody and Paul, who are sitting here with us, and everyone who's going to come out on Saturday to hang with us, to watch the Masters and UFC, we will see you next time